Hello Scorpio, welcome to your May reading. So we're going to do a general portion. What can you expect in general? And the second half of the video is going to be a love portion. So for those of you who are interested in love, you can skip to that part or watch whichever part you want. So what can you expect, Scorpio, in the month of May? Got a powerful eclipse happening in your sign this month, so it's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of turbulences. There's definitely some changes happening for you here. This sort of feel like there is a time period of stagnation too. It sort of feels like you're in one of those cycles where there's nothing you can do about a situation, or maybe you choose not to do anything about a situation. It's so strange. This hangman's been showing up for a lot of signs, so there must be some kind of a collective message here where it's probably not a time for action. I mean, we are in Taurus season, so Taurus is not a particularly action-oriented sign. We also have a lot of very flowy, watery, feminine type of energy. So this is the passive energy of the year. So for some of you, you're just deciding to let things take their natural course, okay, without you interfering too much into it. It's like you're taking a hands-free approach on something. You might see a situation for what it is and you feel like, well, there's nothing I can do about it, or there are forces here that are bigger than you, then you kind of feel like you cannot do anything about. I'm going to need more information, so I'm going to clarify this a bit. You're definitely making some kind of decision here. A lot of major arcanas for you. Some of you, a Libra could be of significance, the sign of Libra. It's like you're trying to weigh out your options. You're trying to make the best decision possible. Because the King of Swords and Justice talks about fairness. This is someone that's trying to be fair, is trying to be impartial, to be a good leader, okay? Someone that is thinking of both sides. So you're trying to make a rational decision, take a rational course of action, whatever that is. I mean, I'm not seeing a whole lot of action, but kings generally take action because it's the masculine principle. So I feel like your decision is to do something that is in balance, that is in harmony, that is good for both sides of the situation. You see both sides of the situation. The hangman is also seeing things from a different perspective. It's like, it sort of feels like you're trying to be as neutral as possible this month. That's the best way I can explain it by looking at these cards. It sort of feels like you're taking a neutral approach to everything you're doing in the month of May. Some of you, you could be waiting on clarity about a situation or about someone. You may not have all the facts yet. This Hanged Man, it's like you're waiting to receive some kind of spiritual guidance, or you might want to receive signs, synchronicities from the universe, to give you some kind of clue, some kind of an answer. But I would say for the most part, Scorpio, you're taking the neutral approach. And you're kind of letting things happen, in accordance with divine law, with, the natural order of things. It's like, I don't see you interfering too much because you feel like that's the best way to go. Yeah, it's like you're constantly weighing down your option, your scales here. Both Justice and the Two of Pentacles talk about balancing things, a balancing act. And this Hermit clarifying the Hanged Man, this is just what your inner guidance is telling you. This is what you must do. This is the best decision you can make right now, to be neutral, to, just take care of your own business. Don't stick your nose into things that don't belong. It's like you're trying to, to kind of cut yourself off of any situation. Some of you, you're choosing to completely remove yourself from the world for some time in the month of May, to be, diving into self-exploration, into spirituality, into finding the right answers. And it sort of feels like the right answer is just to be kind of neutral, okay? I do feel like there's a situation in your life, though, in the month of May, because the Wheel of Fortune is with the Two of Pentacles, that is out of your hands, so to speak. It's like, how do I put this? It's like going with the ebb and flow of time, of cycles. It's like one thing is up, the other thing is down. Okay, one pentacle is up, one is down. It's like this infinite cycles of ups and downs. So I feel like there is some kind of situation here that is possibly out of your hands. It's very difficult for you to maintain a balance with. You're trying to be fair here for all considered, but it sort of feels like you don't want to get yourself too involved in something. It's almost like a fear of tipping the scales in the wrong direction, so to speak. What is this about? Again, it talks about finding your center, finding a balance. It's almost like riding the waves, but kind of extracting yourself from the experience, being an observer of your experience rather than being in it. A lot of major arcanas for you, Scorpio. It's like you're going through some sort of stage, through some sort of cycle where you're just trying to be at peace with yourself. You're trying to be very, very neutral when it comes to a situation. You keep to yourself, you're neutral, you're trying the best you can to maintain things in balance. But at the end of the day, you understand that some things are just out of your control. And you just gotta ride that wave, okay? And to find your center in the middle of changes, of disturbances. You have a lot of cards here that talk about balance, that talk about finding your center, finding peace within yourself, seeing both perspectives, weighing your options, being fair, being balanced. It's not telling me what is this regarding though, because I feel like with this Two of Pentacles, there's probably a lot of ups and downs here, especially with that Wheel of Fortune that, you know, they might disrupt your peace a little bit. So I'll leave it at that. I'll get you some of these frequency cards. Let's see what you're lining up with. Okay, let's see what fell. You've got Labyrinth and Comfort in reversed. Let's see if I can get you one more. And you've got Joy in reversed. Ooh, okay. There's definitely something in your life here that feels quite uncomfortable. And it's kind of ruining your joy a little bit. With this Labyrinth card, though, this talks about introspection, trying to find answers within yourself, trying to get to seeing the bigger picture, seeing how all the moving parts connect to each other. So again, it's emphasizing the same message of being an observer of something and trying to find answers from that still inner place. Let me see what that comfort is about. Okay, so comfort in reverse, it says you're hiding behind your comforts. You fail to take many self-loving risks in the name of safety. Oh, I see. You're trying to keep yourself safe. That's what it is. It's like you're trying to keep yourself safe by keeping this neutral kind of attitude towards things. So that could be the case for some of you. You're playing it safe and being comfortable. And that's kind of hindering you a little bit. I mean, yeah, the Hanged Man, it's kind of a hindrance because on its more negative side, this is someone that kind of becomes comfortable with laying there upside down and thinks that all situations are out of their hands. So that's kind of how I'm getting the impression that you feel like something is out of your control. It's out of your hands. So you just got to sit there and just ride it through, basically. So it's telling you to get out of your comfort zone and take some action. I don't see any action cards here. Again, it's emphasizing that lack of action, that lack of implication in something. It's like you're trying to maintain the balance on a situation, but without doing much about it. So, yeah. So, yeah, with joy, this is basically being too much into negative stuff. It's like your troubles and your situation has kind of overtaken you, and all you're preoccupied with is just finding that little bit of balance. You just don't have any more joy left. I wish I could get more information about like what specific area of life is this about, or just this is in general. Maybe you're dealing with a lot of ups and downs emotionally or mentally or something. But that up and down and that constant trying to find your center is really all you're doing right now. You're not doing anything else. You're not living your life. You're not taking any action. I mean, it's not a bad month. It's not particularly negative. It's just that you're kind of stagnant. And it's almost like there's a self-preoccupation here. You seem very preoccupied with being at peace, being safe. It's like playing it safe, almost too safe. Because, you know, when justice and temperance show up in the same spread, this is someone that is too preoccupied with keeping things steady for, you know, this is someone that's very hard on themselves when it comes to not living, you know, in those extremes. It's like you're too preoccupied with being still almost. Which is a very un-Scorpio-like type of thing. You are the kings and queens of extremes. I suppose it makes sense though, that stage of yours, because this labyrinth is here. And to me, when I think about labyrinths, it's like not being able to find your way, you know. It's like you're in a labyrinth. It's like you don't know which way is the exit, you know, which way you came, which way you're coming out. It's almost like going somewhere without a map and you've never been there before. It's like there are all these roads, all these split roads and all of these weird things. It's like, which way do I go? So that's a state of, I don't know, being confused with this labyrinth being here. So, you know, your inability to move, it's just because you don't know which way to go. It's like you're trying to find some answers. It's like being patient with making decisions. And it's strange because you've got this King of Swords and Justice. This is all about making decision, and Labyrinth is right on top of that. So it's kind of, I feel like it's somewhat difficult for you to make any kind of decision because you're so hard on yourself, because you feel like if I make the wrong decision, it's just gonna disrupt the balance and it's going to disrupt the peace, or, you know, that's quite heavy on yourself. It's like, it's almost like you have a lot of responsibility put on yourself to be a certain way. But it's quite sad though, when I see Joy in reverse, it's like this is someone that has a lot of sadness. Like it's kind of a sad situation. You might not see it that way though, but it's not living, it's almost like just existing. Joy in reverse, that's how I see it. Anyway, Scorpio, I'm going to get to your love portion now. So, what can you tell me about Scorpio's love life for the month of May? How's Scorpio doing in love? Yeah, okay. There's that temperance again. And justice. That's so strange. So, who is this person that Scorpio's connecting to? Fire sign shows up strongly here. Could be an earth sign or an air sign for some of you. Tell me about the person. A hanged man again. Okay, okay. Well, I feel like whomever you're dealing with here, This is someone that kind of keeps you hanging, basically. Especially with this Knight of Wands and the Seven of Swords. If this is your person, you know, whatever's going on in your love life, there's a lot of back and forth here is, you know, with this person. There's a lot of stagnation and a lot of confusion when it comes to what's going on. I'm trying to figure out who this person is. The Hanged Man. Whomever this is someone that's not taking any action, which is kind of strange because you have the Knight of Wands here. So this probably could be you pursuing this person. But when it comes to their energy, they're in the Hangman energy. So it's like, you know, you're not getting anything out of this person. Could be a Pisces for some of you. There is emotion here. There is love here. But it's like... Tell me about the Seven of Swords. There's trust issues here. You're not trusting this person, or you're not trusting love in general. Yeah, it's like you're fed up with something here, Scorpio. If this is your energy, Seven of Swords and the Four of Cups, it's like, I don't know, you're just kind of fed up with shenanigans. You don't seem interested, whomever this person is that keeps you hanging. Could be a fire sign, could be a Pisces. Some of you want something stable, something long-lasting, but obviously you're not getting that because it's, you know, this Ten of Pentacles in between the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Swords. It's a very, very unstable energy. It's not conducive to creating, you know, the structures and the commitment that you want. Now, this Ace of Cups could also be someone new showing up here for some of you. You know, this Four of Cups being here, I feel like whomever you have attached to you currently, this isn't someone that you wish to pursue in the future, okay? Because the Four of Cups talks about rejecting an offer, being fed up, being kind of bored with the situation. I mean, if this person's constantly playing games with you and keeping you hanging there, they're not doing anything, they're kind of in and out, constantly, you know, just fooling around. It just sort of feels like you're fed up with it. Some of you could have new love coming up here. Tell me about this new love that's coming up. We've got Temperance here. Now, this could be something that, you know, it's more balanced, more stable in that way. Okay? Some of you, you're trying to find your self-love, basically, you know, not in another person, but you could be trying to actually just grasp the concept of self-love. How do I love myself? How do I become the best partner for myself? You know, whatever is going on in a relationship with whomever you have now, things don't seem to be going anywhere, honestly. There could be something new on the horizon, or maybe you're just putting a lot of effort into finding self-love for yourself, basically. Not relying on somebody else. Could be a Sagittarius for some of you if you're meeting someone new. Again, fire sign is emphasized here. Could be Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. Could be a Pisces for some of you. Water sign. I don't know, currently, like in the month of May, you seem quite displeased with the way things go in love. But don't despair too much, because some of you might have new love showing up. Or you might just decide, I'm just going to do this self-love thing on my own and just kind of leave it, you know, not be with anyone for a bit. But if there's a new person showing up, this one's definitely more balanced, more equal when it comes to the flow of emotion, because Temperance talks about flow too. So whomever this is, if you're meeting someone new, you're going to flow with this person a lot easier than, you know, the other player that you have going on right now. Keep in mind that roles can be reversed. You know, that could be you that is kind of inconsistent and just kind of bored and fed up with this other person. So, you know, you're doing some shenanigans. So take it as it resonates. But I don't see you being pleased with your love life. So that is your reading, Scorpio. I wish you the best. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.